Good day everyone. Today, we will discuss the lesson 3 in our biochemistry subject which is all about protein. The following are the objectives in this topic. First, identify proteins and its functions. Differentiate the structure between tyrosine and phenylalanine. Explain why amino acid cannot exist in an unionized form of any pH. Identify the most unique among the functional groups of histidine. Draw the structure of tripeptide made of threonine, arginine, and methionine. Explain how protein acts as a buffer. Describe the primary structure of protein. And describe the secondary structure of protein. Propose which electron pair of CO is donated to iron to form the covalent bond FeCO5. Proteins are the most abundant biological macromolecules occurring in all cells and all parts of the cells. All proteins, whether from ancient lines of bacteria or from the most complex forms of life, are constructed from the same set of 20 amino acids. Proteins are a diverse and abundant class of biomolecules constituting more than 50% of dry weight of cells. Protein is required for the growth and maintenance of tissues. Your body's protein needs are dependent upon your health and activity level. The many functions of protein. Proteins are the agents of biological function. Virtually every cellular activity is dependent on one or more particular proteins. Thus, a convenient way to classify the enormous number of proteins is by the biological roles they fill. The various functions of proteins are as follows. Oxygen transport. Each of us has tens of thousands of proteins which serve a variety of functions, and each protein has a unique three-dimensional structure that specifies its function. For example, hemoglobin is a protein found in our red blood cells, which plays a key role in oxygen transport. It has 4 subunits of 2 distinct types, the 2 alpha and 2 beta subunits. Proteins as enzymes. Enzymes facilitate biochemical reactions and speed them up enormously, making them as much as million times faster. There are thousands of enzymes in each type facilitates a specific biochemical reaction. In other words, a given enzyme only acts on a specific reactant molecules to produce a specific products. This diagram illustrates the enzymatic cleavage of the disaccharide lactose into the monosaccharides galactose and glucose. The three-dimensional shape of an enzyme will include a very specific binding site that the substrate will fit into very precisely in much the same way that a key fits a specific lock. Sinasabi dito sa image na nakikita nyo na once yung substrate is bound doon sa enzyme cleavage, yung substrate at yung product are released. Antibodies are proteins. Antibodies are defensive proteins that have binding sites whose three-dimensional structures allow them to identify and bind the very specific foreign molecules. Signal proteins. There are signal proteins such as the hormone insulin, which consists of 2 polypeptide chains linked together with disulfide bridges. The insulin receptor is embedded in the cell membranes of muscles, fat cells, and certain types of other cells. Its function is to facilitate their uptake of glucose to form the bloodstream through special glucose transport proteins that are normally present inside the cell in an inactive form. For example, in the muscle cells, mayroong glucose transporter which is called the GLU4. Kapag yung insulin molecules bind to the alpha subunits of the receptor, it triggers the chain reaction within the cytosol, which is in the interior of the cell, and it activates the GLU4 and cause it to be translocated and inserted into the cell membrane. Our next topic is all about amino acids. An amino acid is an organic molecule that is made up of a basic amino group, an acidic carboxyl group, and an organic R group that is unique to each amino acids. The term amino acid is short for alpha amino carboxylic acid. This illustration is all about the amino acid structure. The amino acids are the building blocks for proteins. Nearly all proteins studied are made from the 20 standard amino acids. Other amino acids are also found in proteins, but most arise by modification from 20 after they have been incorporated in the protein. Nutritionists divide amino acids into two groups, which is the essential and non-essential amino acids. Essential amino acids vary considerable from one organism to another, and even differ in humans depending on whether they are adults or children. The following are the essential amino acids: histidine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, methionine, phenylalanine, threonine, tryptophan, and valine. Some amino acids that are normally non-essential may need to be obtained from the diet in the certain cases. The following are the 9 essential amino acids: alanine, arginine, aspartic acid, cysteine, glutamic acid, glutamine, glycine, proline, serine, tyrosine, asparagine, selenocysteine, and pyrrolysine. And that's the